Parents of Libra children, welcome to your tarot treat. Well, actually, it's parental guidance, but this is your tarot treat for the week of April 24th through the 30th, in addition to May 1st through the 7th. So we're covering the first week, oh my gosh, the last week in April, the first week in May. So I'm going to cut these cards just one more time, and we'll see what's in store for you and your Libra little one over the course of the next 2 weeks. If you are interested in having more personalized messages from me, I'm doing a special for Mercury retrograde. You can DM me on Instagram. The information will be below, and it's one question that includes 7 cards. It's $10 for 15 minutes of a reading. So let me know if you are interested in taking advantage of that, and it expires on the 14th of May. Okay, dope. So glad that you guys are here. Your Mercury child. Your Libran child has the 6 of Pentacles in the upright for the last week in April. I see that there is a very benevolent gift. I'm not sure if you guys were the one, or maybe it was a different air sign, but this is a family member giving them a special surprise. I feel like there's been something that they've been wanting, and I feel like a grandparent or some kind of elder, maybe an older uncle in the family, or uncle or older aunt, but some respected and looked upon, and it can be a family friend too, is what I hear, but some older gentleman or woman, lady, they have reserved a special gift for them. It could be like something that's more vintage and antique that they feel that the child will appreciate, and they will, not only because they look up to this person, but because whatever they give them is going to be of significant value to your Libra child. And they're just really excited. So it could even just be a visit. Maybe you have parents visiting, or watching your children while you go off on a vacation. But there's just somebody that your child is really looking forward to seeing this last week in April. But it feels like grandparents. It feels like grandparents showering them with attention, money, but they're really excited. So I'm not sure what's going on for the second week, or the first week in May. They have the 6 of Swords. So they're going away from something. And I don't know why I feel like they're coming back to you. So I feel like this is like a completion. So they, I feel it's almost like they went to camp was finalized, or some kind of getaway was finalized, and they have like some positive takeaways or lessons, life lessons that they've learned. So I feel like they're leaving something, but I feel like they're coming back to you. So, but wherever they were, they're leaving that place with good memories, just a sense of adventure, some life skills, some life lessons. So this feels like a good, benevolent 2-week period where they're just filled with awe, inspiration, what's like just this dewy, like anticipation of what's possible for their future and for their summer. Parents of, Aries parents of Libra children, you guys have the 4 of Swords. This feels like a break. Like you get to relax. I feel like you've been in your head, you've been stressing about this trip that your child is going on, and now that they're like on their way, or now that they've left, you get to chill. You get to, a level of mental stress has been alleviated. I feel like there was like some confusion about the travel plans, getting that all worked out. That caused you a level of stress communicating with your in-laws or your parents or somebody. But now it's like you get a vacation. Either you're going away somewhere to get away from them, or they're leaving and you're having a staycation, but you feel like alleviated. In the first week of May, oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like you were sad, like you missed your kids or you will miss your kids. And then that all comes, that goes out the effing window when they come back. Isn't that always how it works? You miss them while they're gone, and then when they're back, you're like, oh, I wish you could go for a little bit longer. But I see you like recovering from the sadness, and you know, please, because you're getting this like a week ahead of time, make sure that you take time to appreciate the quiet and all the good stuff. I know it's hard. It always is. I laugh because this resonates with my own personal experiences. But make sure that you take time to celebrate being childless for like a week or 10 days or however long they're gone. But I feel for you. But yeah, it's like you get out of this quickly when they come back. You're excited for them to be back. You miss them. But try not to, you know, while they're gone, try not to not take advantage of the time that you have by yourself. All right, that was a lot of fun. Moving on to Taurus parents, you guys have the Two of Wands in reverse. Some plans are being completed, finalized, pertaining to this trip. I think you feel a breath of fresh air or a sigh of relief. You're no longer waiting for it to occur or wondering what's possible. It's done. And so I think you will be moving on to a new task. Your energy, your focus will be elsewhere. Moving on to the first week of May, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I see you like in hermit mode. You're not really initiating a whole bunch of things, except, I mean, if anything, you are having closure. Bless you to, you know, bless you again to some things that like transpired the week prior. Gemini parents of Libra children, you guys have the Eight of Cups in reverse. You are revisiting some, like, you're getting your energy back. You're getting your love back. Maybe you're rekindling something with your spouse. Like the kids are out of the house, so y'all can get freaky and, you know, just have sex all over the house without any kind of restrictions. I don't know. But I just see you you coming back to either yourself, something that you wanted to do for yourself, or you or your spouse wanted to do together. I mean, you guys may be going like on a not a honeymoon, but some kind of honeymoon-esque vacation, a couple's like getaway. But you are reclaiming or getting back to yourself, or I feel like something that you felt was lost, or that you have missed or not been able to spend that much time with. You're being able to revisit and kind of get some closure there, or be like, oh, I'm so glad, you know, we got to get away, or we got to do this, and you're looking forward to that. In the first week of May, you have the Three of Swords. If you are not married to whoever you are going on this sexcapade with, you may want to not. You may want to not. You may want to call that off. Because this concerns me. This concerns me that if you are not married to this person, that could be a player that you are entertaining. And I just wouldn't. I would not. So be careful. This is for Gemini parents, the first week in May, for Libra children. I don't get a good feeling about this at all. I don't. And I don't mean to say here, but you are revisiting something where you're still in Mercury retrograde. If you can avoid this, don't go on this trip. Cancel it. I'm telling you, you may lose money, but it's going to be better for you not to do this. It's going to save you a lot of emotional headache, because then you have children to consider, that heartbreak and that energy is going to affect your ability to be present. So if you can avoid this, please do. Yeah, just avoid this trip. That's what I'm getting for Gemini parents. Because there's nothing good about that. There is nothing else coming through. It could be some other form of heartbreak, but I feel this in my gut very strongly, that this is a player, or this is somebody who drops some bad news while you're on this trip. If you're married to this person, you guys can get over it, but there is an upset. So if you are married, maybe postpone the trip until after Mercury goes direct, but that's an emotional heartbreak. Avoid it if you possibly can. It's not a tower, so it's not inevitable. It's not like can't get over it, can't go under it. It's not one of those. This is an avoidable situation, Gemini parents of Libra children. So if you can just not, please don't do that. Please don't do that, because this is going to hurt far longer than what you think, and it's going to cause like a whole long cycle of pain. When stuff happens during Mercury retrograde, it is never a good time. Please don't do that. Can't stress it enough. Moving on to Cancer parents of Libra children. You're coming out of Hermit energy. I feel like you are revitalizing yourself. You're like, oh, the kids are gone, or there's something happening where you get a break and you get back in touch with yourself. You are maybe investing in some self-care, something that you haven't had a chance to do. But I really hear vacation, like a respite, a spa. Maybe you're going near water, which I know that you love. So maybe you're traveling to Miami or somewhere along a coast, like the East Coast, I feel is really significant. Maybe you're around the Gulf. Maybe you're heading south. I'm not really feeling too much of the West Coast stuff, but it's like, if you're in the United States, it's like East Coast around, through like Louisiana or something. I'm not really getting like anything off the coast of Texas, but I just feel somebody's going to go kick it where there's water, out there somewhere. The first week of May, you have the 5 of Swords. So you're coming out of conflict. I feel like this could be somebody else. Like maybe there was a conflict with your family and you are burying the hatchet, something like that. But there is a break. There's something. Like it's a good feeling where there was once conflict with you and either this family member, y'all were beefing. I feel like that's dissolved. Like it was a misunderstanding, like a small disagreement. You guys were able to fix it and rectify it. And in time for you to like really reconnect with your kids when they come back. Because that's what I feel. I just feel like somebody's going on a vacation, whoever this is for. Leo parents of Libra children, you guys are chilling out, rethinking some things. Like you are in like, almost if somebody put you in like a pod, like one of those like office pods where you can like do your work in isolation quietly without disruption. I feel like you're in one of those, some kind of like isolation, like your kids are gone. So you're really just fine tuning or working on projects that require a lot of mental focus and like dotting your I's, crossing your T's. You're in a very self-development mindset. In terms of business, in terms of professional growth and evolution. There's a project, there's a promotion, there's something job-wise that you really have your heart set on, and now that your kids are away for a little bit, you are really just like taking advantage of this time. During the first week of May, you have the 7 of Pentacles. This is working on stuff for you, but I see you also working on stuff around the house with your child. You are changing some shit up. You are changing the way that you guys operate as a household. Some processes, some routines are being revamped while your kid is gone. Like, you're using this time while your child is away to really take, to look at all the aspects of your life, your individual life, and how things are, the dynamics of your household need to be improved, and you're implementing those things that you've been thinking about this first week in May. And your child is on board, your child is helping you, and it's a really good feeling. Virgo parents, you guys have the Page of Swords. There's something that you're now able to speak your truth on clearly, now that your kids are like in the care of someone that you love, a dear and respected and trustworthy loved one. You just feel like you found your voice, is what I'm feeling. Like, you can now speak up about something. I don't know if it's work related, but there's some clarity that has come to your life. Not necessarily because your kids are gone, but your mental energy didn't need to be like devoted to assisting them with their needs. And you will have some epiphanies and aha moments that will really support you throughout the rest of this year. In the first week in May, you have the Eight of Wands. So there's some delayed communication, and rightfully so. We're in Mercury retrograde. You're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury retrograde is in the earth sign of Taurus. So expect some delays. Maybe you sent out an email. You could have even like sent out a proposal, a work proposal, to get approved. Just be mindful that it's going to be delayed. It's not a no, it's just a delay. So be mindful of that, and then also keep in mind that there is possibly like some things that need to be tweaked with this. So it's not a hard no, but there's going to have to be some adjustments made to it, modifications, compromises, negotiations, stuff like that. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Yeah, okay, thank you. I was like, wait a minute, what sign am I on? Libra parents, you guys have the Four of Pentacles. Your space, your energy, you are not available. Like, you are like hunkering down. Your kids are gone. You are not making plans to go out. You are staying in, or you are being very protective of your energy, who you give your energy to. Your focus is recharging your battery, and not just recharging because you're tired, but taking stock of like who you want to be in this next season. But this is totally cool. Like, what kind of school schedule do y'all have, or your kid is gone? Like, maybe y'all have a trip, I don't know, but like your kids are with your grandparents, or you know, somebody, and y'all can just like chill. That's great, because I think the school year is going on for most people, unless you got college kids. I don't know. In the first week of May, you guys have the Two of Pentacles. So you're dropping some things. Good for you. You know, you had Four of Pentacles. You were like, oh, I'm not ever, you know, like you were just really closed off. And then you've let your guard down significantly, where you're just like, oh, I don't know, you know, what I want to do, or, you know, so there's like, after you've taken some time to recuperate and mentally just kind of reset, there's two main things like that you're juggling, you know, like which way to go. But these are like two separate, very important, vital projects that came up in thought while you were in this season, you know, like this previous week, and you're like trying to figure out how you can make all of these things work. It's not so much a decision as it is like projects, something material, like what the Pentacles suggests, and you're just trying to figure out how you can manage all of this stuff in your life. And it feels good, and you're gonna do it. It's all gonna work out. You just have to, you know, allow you to reveal it to yourself through the support of the universe. Scorpio parents, you guys have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like you focusing your energy on yourself, letting loose, purging of some emotions that you have that you've had buried. With that, excuse me, I also see, excuse me, it's almost like when something has been suppressed for so long, it doesn't come up until other things, other stressors are no longer in the way. So I feel like things coming up to the surface for you, almost like emotional memory suppression. And then, it's like all these things come up. You probably will be shedding some tears, although you don't like that. But it's just like, oh my God, like this realization of something that no longer serves you, or something that you really need to change, or that you desire to change. So be on the lookout for that in the first week of May. You have, right, this shit is coming out. Like, all of this stuff is coming out. The shit that no longer serves you, the purging, it will continue. Like, this is the pre, this is like the during. So you're going to be cleaning house. You're going to be getting rid of shit in your house. You're going to be purging, donating kids toys, donating kids clothes, just really having a minimalistic mindset that energetically anything that feels dusty, heavy, weighty, that doesn't have like a flow energetically to it, you are purging it from your house so that energetically there can be like a flow in your home and no stagnation. You may be reevaluating the friendships and the people that you have in your life. Some people may not be able to come in your house anymore, period. And it will be a very like a clear decision that you like, I'm not going to let so-and-so come over, like just like that. But expect dramatic changes like that. Like, no, it won't be dramatic for you. Or it won't be dramatic for people who like understand that's how Scorpios get down. It may catch you off guard or surprise, but really it shouldn't, because you know what you like. When you know what you want to do, or when you need to do it, there's no second guessing, no second thought about it. It's just going to be done. Sagittarian parents of Libra kids, you guys, you are so happy and like optimistic and like, oh, what should I do? I have all this time. Oh my gosh, there's so many options. Do I clean? Now, don't spend too much of your time trying to figure out what you're going to do, because then nothing's going to get done and you'll have wasted a week, and then you'll be mad at yourself because you didn't do anything. You just sat and like got distracted, and that's what that can happen when you're a Sagittarian or any kind of mutable sign. So be excited about the possibilities. Just make sure you have a game plan so that you can take advantage of the time that you have and it's not wasted. It won't be wasted because you'll do something, but you may not feel as productive as you could. In the first week of May, you have the Ace of Cups. Your love is overflowing. For you, you went down from 7 cups to 1. That's beautiful. So I do see you taking advantage of this, being very clear and concise. And once you get all your ducks in a row and you take advantage of the opportunities that mean something to you, you will have just a singular focus, a singular overflow. You will be like calm and patient. I don't know if you've heard that song by Janae Aiko, but calm and patience, I think that's what it is. But you'll just be like overflowing like that song. It's so like from a wellspring. And she is a Pisces sun with a Sagittarian rising, I believe. So that totally speaks to you guys with this cup and you being a Sagittarius sun. We're moving on to Capricorn. You got the world upside down. You like, the feeling that I get is like you feel out of control, or you're off your rocker or your balance because your kids are not there. So you're kind of like having to recalibrate. So you feel like twofold, like you feel lost, but at the same time, the weight of the world has been lifted off your shoulders to some extent, a level of responsibility temporarily. So I feel like you just maybe kind of frozen or at a stalemate because you're like trying to figure out how to deal with this energy. But at the same time, I do feel that most of you will take advantage of it, and work your magic, in making things more streamlined. So I do feel a kind of like, wait, like, what do I do? Like I'm used to working and not working and not being in action is very uncomfortable for Capricorns when there is just nothing to do and no plan. that can be very hard. So I wish you the best on how you choose to handle that. Moving on to the first week of May, you have, so you get your shit back. It's like you're just rebalancing. It's kind of like the same person, but it's not. Same energy. It's your world is gone or whatever. You let the world go, and then you figure your shit out, and then you're back to balance again. So you'll be fine. You'll be good. You will get back to your senses. Like Pentacles, Earth. You will take some time to you'll be like, oh. And then the first week, towards the, like May 1st, you'll start to feel really in control or have a plan again where you can get the ball moving and stuff will start to flow. And by the end of the week, you'll be like, yeah, that was good. That was totally a productive use of time while they were gone. And you will have had so many accomplishments or something. This is going to be a great 2-week period for you. Aquarius parents, you guys have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Swords are air. This is good for you, something that was confusing, you're releasing yourself from it. You overthought something and you're like, I could totally do this. What was I thinking? Your brain, you were just wrapped up in too many things to be able to see it. So you get clarity on something that you really wanted to do, as a project or something like that you were starting. And then you have the King of Wands in reverse in the first week of May. I feel like you releasing something that no longer serves you. And just that singular no, or falling out of alignment with something is going to be very empowering for you. It doesn't feel like a bad energy. It's just you're hyper focusing or really concentrating your energy and bearing down or whatever. And yeah, it's a good experience for you. I really don't have anything else to say except it's just going to be a productive week or 2 weeks. You're getting out of your head and you're really hankering down on something that is important and valuable to you. Pisces parents, you're coming out of 10 of Swords energy. I don't know particularly what this is. Maybe something was just really painful or stressful, but this is a weight off your shoulders. Maybe just, it wasn't your children, but it was just something else externally. And now that you get a break from having that extra, responsibility, your energies can just kind of go in. You can go in hermit mode and really deal with this thing that happened at work that kind of just made you sad or pissed you off or whatever, and just process it. And the first week in May, I hope it gets better for you. Yes. It is. You don't have to be so guarded. And I feel like this combination, I don't know, I feel like this combination came up before for somebody, but you're not having to put your guard up. You're able to let your guard down and kind of heal and feel a sense of balance that feels comfortable to you. So yes, we're almost at 30 minutes. Great. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all for watching. I would like if you could just to leave your comments below to let me know how this resonates with you and where. So we will see you in a couple of weeks, and you guys take care.